How to read the agency schedule. Alright, when you're in the agency schedule, everything that goes in here is always by BIGO. It's PST time always. I put this time converter here at the end, so if you're in CST or EST, all you have to look, it automatically converts it. Sometimes I'm human, there's an error. This automatically calculates, but sometimes there's a coding error. So just make sure when you're looking that the times are not off, because occasionally it will happen like it's supposed to be at 11 a.m. PST and here it will say 12 EST, which is obviously not correct, but I usually keep an eye on it, but once in a while it glitches and I don't catch it. But like if you're in EST, it's going to tell you this PK is at 2 o'clock, this one's at 3 o'clock. Now when you submit your PKs in, you're always going to use the PST, because that's what BIGO goes by, that's what's on the schedule, and that's how you got to submit it. So it doesn't matter what time zone you're in, when you submit your screenshots, you're always putting the PST time and the date. So when you're submitting, you want the date, you want the time, you want the event, then you want your BIGO ID. Now agency ones, it's important too, if you get a sub, make sure you put the sub's name on there and the start time. We have to wait 10 minutes and it's good to put the start time on there, because again, if we have to file a claim, you're going to need that information. They want to know what time it started. They're going to check your history. If it started before the 10-minute wait, there's a 100% chance they're not going to pay the rebate because you didn't wait the 10 minutes. To me, if you read the way it's supposed to be, everybody's supposed to be on 15 minutes before their PK. So to me, you shouldn't have to wait 10 minutes if someone's not on time. But that's the rules now, and that's what we got to go by. Alright, so that's how you read the schedule part. Your sign-up links are all here. They'll always be updated here on the left-hand side. Again, in this tutorial, here will be your daily schedule. At this time, BIGO doesn't permit me to show the entire schedule because agencies can change and sub and stuff like that, and it just causes problems. I will not sub you. If you earned a PK and you're on the schedule, you will get it. The only time I will replace you is if you have a habit of missing PKs. If you miss 2 PKs, you're done for the month. I will not give you another PK. I will give it to somebody else that wants it. So it's very important, and BIGO is very strict on showing up for your PKs. For instance, if you do a BIGO U or a live house and you miss it, BIGO will suspend you for 30 days from doing a live event. It doesn't affect your streaming on BIGO or anything like that. It's just you will not get another live house for 30 days or a BIGO U. So it's important you get to these. If for some reason something happens on a live house, we have to give them a 24-hour notice. If we don't give them a 24-hour notice, it's still going to count as a no-show on the for the live houses, because they update the vote boxes and stuff. So we have to have a 24-hour notice. This is another reason why I like to have your schedules up a few days ahead, but we got to work on that. Tram, as we speak. I don't know why she's still in that group. Well, I'm still in that group too. That's the in-house host group. So since we went over this in another tutorial, I might as well show it real quick here again. You hit the find and search, type in your BIGO ID. There, and then you're just going to hit find, and it'll find any if you have a PK on here, it will find your ID. But always make sure that you type your ID correctly, and also when you submit the sign-ups in, make sure your ID is correctly, because if it's not, you're obviously not going to be able to find it on here. And if you do find it on here incorrectly, let us know so we can have the admins fix it. But you can physically look through it if you like. You can see who's on here. The daily one, you can tell your friends or whatever what their PKs are. This is why we can't do further than 1 day, because just say you look up and your friend has a PK in 2 days, you tell them about it, and their agency doesn't tell them about it because their agency gave it to somebody else. That just stirs up problems. That's why we can't give it out, because the agency has the right to replace whoever they want. But I will not do that. If you earned it and you're doing your PKs, you will get it. And occasionally when I go through the schedule, I'll find a double book where I'll see someone that has a PK at the same time, and I will try to take it from them. So I may post in the chat that who can do such and such PK at 2 PST, and then we'll try to change it, and the admins will add it to us. I'm pretty good at seeing that and stealing PKs for the agency. Alright, and then the goal sheet we'll go over again real quick on this tutorial. This will count your goal. My personal goal here is 220 for this month. This is my starting beans at the end of the month. You have to keep track of your beans. Every month on the 1st I will tell you to send me a screenshot. Very few do, but if you do, I will put your screenshot here, and this will have the starting beans. Like Ray here sent it in. That's where I got this number. I can open up this real quick to... Oh, wait a minute. How do I do this? I do this... check this really quick. Well, darn it. I know there's a way I can bring this out. But anyways, I can look at it, and that number in the upper left-hand corner, your total bean count, that's what goes here. And it's important you get that in the beginning of the month, because that's how you know what you need. Okay, so when you do your goal, this is what your total beans are. And then daily, this column, the ones that are in the green here, you can add your own data here. So I allow this open so everyone could add their own data. Actually, I got Ray on here twice. I got to fix that, because I copied off another sheet. Maybe I got some more duplicates. Alright, just say Moochie. Just say Moochie's a new host. Whoops, I cannot do that on this sheet. Oh, wait a minute. Why can't... Oh, I don't have access to this. I'm on another account. My other account I need access to. I got to give myself access to this. But I would put your number in here since you can't do it. I can do all these columns. Just this column right here is the one you can enter your data. Just say it started at 0. You got 10,000 beans today. It's going to change your goal. This is telling you need 30,000 more beans. Then when you hit your goal, I'll just put a Y in here, so we know you got your goal. This is a good way for you to track your own beans, and it's also a good way for us to keep an eye on who needs help. If you're a new host and you're struggling, I can tell by your numbers. As long as you keep this update, I will not update this for you. You need to update this yourself. This will tell us, what's going on, and we can help you. Now, hours, this is up to you too if you want to keep track of your hours. As you can see, I got my hours taken care of here. I do mine on a different sheet from my own personal sheet, which we can go over that too. I do make personal sheets for people where you only hit your personal sheet and it has all your information on it, where you can edit it and it'll automatically go here. But you can put your hours. Remember, BIGO, you can only bill a maximum 2 hours a day. Just say you are on 45 minutes. I have the breakdown here. 45 minutes is 0.76. So we just put 0.76 in here. And then that would, it blanks it on me because I don't have access to this on here. But I would do it on my sheet and it would change this data. Alright, and then your PK results will all be here. This will be your rebates. I got to calculate these in manually, so if you choose to send in your screenshots and fill out the tab, which that is back on your schedule sheet, which is right here, the PK data log. So if you were to fill out that form, all the data goes here. You can see the data, and if you don't know how to figure out your rebates, I'll have them on here for you. And then when I send your screenshots in the BIGO, and then we also, whichever admin puts them in, they can